So Michael Callaghan, please come up. Kelly McCaw, the vice chair, and I will sign, and then Judge Hunter will swear you in.
Sir, please. Thank you. I, Michael T. Callaghan, solemnly swear that I will be loyal to Canada, that I will uphold the Constitution of Canada, and that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve the peace, prevent offenses, and discharge my duties as Chief of Police faithfully, impartially, according to law, so help my God.
Thank you. I'll get you to sign both of those.
Ladies and gentlemen, officially, Chief of Police for the City of Belleville, Michael Callaghan.
Well, the nice thing about knowing what the future will be like with the new chief is because we've had the pleasure of working with him for the last 4 years as a deputy chief. And there's never been any question from the time that we hired, both he and Ron Gignac were hired very close together. And we talked back in the day, the Police Services Board, that this will be an outstanding succession plan if we're ever faced with that situation. And certainly we have been with the retirement of Ron Gignac, and bottom line is what we thought 4 years ago, we were right on the money with it, and Belleville is in such a fortunate position, not only because you have somebody who has the experience that Mike Callaghan has through 30 years with Ottawa Police and so many diverse functions that he's carried out, but he's a Belleville guy. I mean, he was born here, he's had family here, and even when he was working in Ottawa, he'd be in this area quite regularly. So he knows the terrain, but he knows the service. He's had 4 years to really get to know it. And if there's one thing I found, especially in 2020, which has been so challenging on so many different fronts, and not just because of COVID-19, but the effects it has within a community, and certainly the Black Lives Matter movement, and we certainly weren't exempt from any of that. Then you had Chief Gignac off on leave and then retiring, and a new building all coming online, and Mike Callaghan was unflappable through the entire process and basically just underscored what we already knew, that this is the guy you wanted to lead the Belleville Police Service.
And having been a member of the board when Chief Callaghan was first hired, and going through this process today, gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce to you Belleville's Chief of Police, Michael Callaghan.
I was talking about this before we came in, and a couple of friends of mine from the Ottawa Police, Pat McCaffrey and Dan Delaney, are here to share this day with me. And we had often talked about how it was going to be awesome to ever make it to a sergeant's position. And we joked about, if we make it to a sergeant, we're at the top of the world, and man, we're doing great. And here I am before you today, being sworn in as your chief, and I thank you so very much to the Police Services Board, to City Council, and the community for not only accepting me back into this community as one of our own, but also for the trust that you've placed in me as becoming the next chief. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. It's been an incredible journey to get here, and I cherish this day, so thank you.
Well, I'm very fortunate, and I think the fact of commitment, I've shown my commitment towards policing for the past 35 years, and I'm in a position that if I wanted to retire, I could, but I believe that I have an opportunity to work with my team, the executive management and our rank and file, to improve and continue to make a difference in our community, and that's what this is all about. I want to be in this position as chief to ensure that we're making a positive impact on the community. And as we move forward, I need the support of the community. As you heard me say earlier about Sir Robert Peel, the public are the police and the police are the public. We can't do this alone. We cannot make Belleville the safest community alone. We need the support of the community to become engaged and work towards that goal.
And as I started my policing career, it was just a short 2 hours away from here. And little did I know that all of the valuable lessons that I would learn along the way would bring me back home to Belleville, a community that we all love dearly.
Well, I would suggest to you that the two major issues that are facing us right now, number one is the mental health challenges, and we've already initiated a couple of different things, but what we're looking for is a joint opportunity to work with clinical mental health care workers and with the police, where we bridge that gap that exists right now between the police and dealing with these mental health issues and the training that we have. Because the police were never designed, or if you look in the Police Services Act, dealing with mental health issues is really not in that mandate. However, I often use this term that we're the first call and the last call, and as a result of that, we need to be better prepared. So we believe that this approach of having mental health resources and clinicians there to support us, we can deal with the immediate issue, and then we have the support of those clinicians to come in and deal with those individuals. Again, keep them out of the judicial system and keep them out of the mainstay of the emergency rooms. That is one of the major hurdles that I believe that we have to work together. The second one is the opioid crisis. We need to make sure that we're dealing with that, and that we need a comprehensive strategy. We need a national or a federal strategy to overcome this challenge, because it is a scourge of our society right now. There is, when you look at the amount of opioid deaths across Canada every single day, it's horrific what's happening in our communities.
To our amazing community in Belleville, join me, work with me, and have faith in my mantra, Belleville, a place to believe. Thank you very much, everyone.